What's up everybody, Kinetic here and welcome back to Monster Hunter World. I'm slowly making my way up the ranks of the PC version, and after spending hundreds of hours both here and on the PlayStation 4 version, I've got a good sense now of what are the best skills in the game. The sense of good skills came from a combination of both solo fights and multiplayer fights, and so with this list I'm going to combine all of that experience to help shed light on what skills I've found to be the most useful for both situations. Before we get into the list, I just want to say thanks to my subs for their patience. As I work out things here in real life, it's quite hard to put together regular content like I used to, but you guys are always here in the comments with the likes and stuff, and I really appreciate that. Anyway, let's get to Kinetic's top 10 most defensive skills in Monster Hunter World. This is actually going to be broken down into two categories, with a defensive list here and then an offensive list in the next video, for a total of really the 20 most useful skills for fights, right? We're not talking about like going mining and stuff like that, but maybe I'll do that as its own list. Anyway, I thought this would be more useful broken into these two halves, since many players may just be looking for the best offensive skills to complement their defensive build, or the other way around, maybe looking for some more survivability to avoid getting one shot. Either way, now on to the list. Defense is the best offense, I've heard, or is it offense is the best defense? Either way, we're starting with defense, because once you start fighting tempered and arch-tempered monsters, all of that full attack meta mindset that I think many players have just needs to be thrown out the window, or you're going to get KO'd and you're going to be losing rewards fast, maybe even failing the entire quest, and that's just a huge waste of time and a big bummer, so we need to avoid that. With that in mind, let's take a look at the best defensive skills, starting here with number 10, Tremor. Tremor is what happens when a monster hits the floor really hard, and because of the shaking, you can't walk, you can't roll, you can't do jack. This leaves you very vulnerable to getting hit. And like I said before, once you start fighting harder and harder enemies, that can damn near get you killed, get you one shot, and you don't want to give them that opportunity. So in certain monster fights, and it's a bit situational, there are mons that will do these tremors, and when they do, you want to make sure that you have a tremor resist. Fortify, even though it does also give you an attack buff, I've put it here in the defensive list because, well, if you got KO'd, then you need to be defensively more powerful to get this fight over and done with before you potentially get KO'd again. And it's a massive boost of 10% attack and 15% defensive buff that can stack twice! It's really freaking good. So if you're prone to getting KO'd, then you should definitely bring Fortify with you. It's a no-brainer, I think. Stun resistance. This is more widely useful, I think. Not as situational as the previous two. It happens, though, to the best of us. A few quick hits by a Mon, maybe the Rathian or Rathalos, is doing that really annoying thing where they run back and forth a bunch and knock people around. Now you get stunned. You're standing there. You're doing nothing. You're at the mercy of whatever happens as you're slamming away on your thumbstick to try and get unstunned. It sucks. It's a nightmare, and it can get you in a lot of trouble. Some monsters can even stun you with just one hit. They have that potential, like for example Zitzi, or sometimes the Fire Blast from Tealstra. So stun resist is a great way to prevent that, because you'll either not get stunned when that happens, or the stun will be reduced to such a short amount of time you can snap yourself out of it really quick before the next mon can even attack. It's great. Free meal. I know this is going to be controversial, but hear me out when I say free meal is a great survivability tool. What item is the most used during a fight in Monster Hunter? The answer is simple. It's a potion, right? It may be a regular potion, maybe a mega potion, maybe armor skin, something like that. And the supply you carry with you is both scarce and valuable, not just for that fight, but for all fights to come. The more you have to drink in a fight, the less you have for that immediate fight, as well as less for future fights. So with just 1 point of the decoration satiated, free meal will give you a very good chance of consuming that item for free, so you won't use it. You get a full mega potion, for example, for free. And I've saved so many items this way that I've built it into every single set that I use in Monster Hunter World. That's how good it is. Quick Sheath, another situational skill but can apply to a lot more fights, is Quick Sheath. This makes taking out and putting your weapon away a breeze. This is especially useful and important for complex or heavy weapons like the switch axe, the gun lance, definitely, in my experience, the heavy bowgun, but can also be a great addition to lighter weapons as well, making sheathing lightning fast. I mean, chow, your sword is in and out, your blades, your whatever. So how does this apply to defense? Well, because when the enemy turns to you and it takes you a fap and a half to put your heavy bowgun away, you could be in serious trouble. And the chaos of tempered fights with only like 15 minutes to kill an elder dragon and stuff, you can't always be sure that you'll have enough time to have enough foresight to get your weapon sheathed and GTFO before the mon attacks and crushes your skull in. Divine Blessing. Now, it actually took me a while to get warmed up to this skill. On the PC version, I'm using it way more for whatever reason than I used it on PlayStation 4. I barely used it at all on PlayStation 4, but I'm really starting to recognize more of its potential here, and now it's getting included in more and more of my builds because it has a significantly good chance of reducing the damage you take when you get hit, and with just as little as 2 out of the 3 points, you can reduce that damage by 30%. This can be the difference between getting KO'd or surviving that massive attack when Nergigante tried to rip your heart out. And if you get this to the max 3 points, you've cut the Killer Blow's damage down by 50%. It works, and it will probably save your life. The best way to avoid taking lots of damage is to, well, not get hit at all, right? That's why Evade Window is honestly the best skill to help you do just that. Not to be confused with Evade Extender. Evade Extender just makes you roll farther. Evade Window extends the time you are invulnerable while dodge rolling to godlike levels. You're basically like Neo in the Matrix. Number 3, Defense Boost. This is a double-layered beast of a skill right here, the twin brother of the attack boost. Defense Boost gives you a substantial amount of physical defense that can make a bone-breaking hit into a tickle, and with enough points invested can also increase your elemental resistance. When the time came to fight Behemoth, the first thing I noticed in those first few attempts was just how much squishier I felt and easier to get KO'd when I would remove defensive boost from my build. So, I mean, it's really enough said. Like, if you're looking for a good defense, this is the place to start. Defense boost. Number 2, Speed Eating. Again, some of you are like, WTF, this is a good defensive skill? Yes, it is. Holy pickled T-Rex, does this save my life time and time again. It's like Quick Sheath for potions or anything you're eating that takes too damn long. We all know the feeling like you're waiting forever to heal with a mega potion after a big hit, and that can leave you vulnerable to more damage or even getting KO'd while you're trying to heal. With speed eating, you can do it in the blink of an eye. People scoffed at this when it was introduced in the Devil Joe set, but when faced with a mon that makes me nervous, I'll probably wear DJ's boots with an extra deco to max it out at 3 points and make the speed of drinking potions so insanely fast. Like, they're just boom, gone. You already healed. Number 1. And finally here we have, in my opinion, the best defensive skill in the game. Are you ready for it? Drum roll, please. Wide range. Why wide range? Because when you get down to it, soloing is fun. Trust me. I have done plenty of it. I soloed Jinoga naked in Monster Hunter Portable 3rd, and that was pretty fun. I love a challenge, but most of us will be in parties, especially when attempting mons like Kulve Taroth, Behemoth, or any arch-tempered fight. With that in mind, and the importance of everyone staying healthy and alive during the fight, I couldn't think of anything else that I've seen more powerful, more life-saving than wide range in groups. With 3 points of wide range, you'll share a significant portion of the healing with your teammates, and at 5 points, they get everything that you just got. So if you take a Mega Potion, they also will automatically get all of that effect as well, which will probably top up the entire party. It's incredible, and combining wide range with the previously mentioned speed eating, just about the only thing a monster can do to bring you or your teammates down is to one-shot you. That's the only thing it could possibly do. If not, within 1 or 2 seconds of somebody getting hit, that wombo combo with those 2 skills, wide range and speed eating, boom, you're back to full health. The effectiveness of wide range alone, even without the speed eating though, can hardly be overstated and makes for a world of difference. Just one person bringing max wide range to a Behemoth group, you've probably doubled your chances of successfully completing that fight. That's how good it is. I kid you not, it is without a doubt in my mind the best defensive skill in the game. Of course, if you're soloing, well, then, I mean, maybe your Palico will appreciate it, but again, this list was conceived with party play in mind. If you're soloing, well, then I would say speed eating, yeah, definitely, then is your number 1. Either way, a balance must be kept. When you're facing up against the biggest and baddest in Monster Hunter, going full defense could mean as much as 20% loss of your DPS, or more maybe, and you can't beat a monster by outliving the damage it deals. Remember, there are timers in this game, right? And going full offense isn't much better, especially against an arch-tempered. That's just suicide, and we'll know who you are. We'll know who went full retard attack by the corpse that's on the ground. That's going to wrap it up for this list of the top 10 most useful defensive skills in Monster Hunter World. I'm having a blast here on the PC version. It's really good. I wasn't sure if I was going to choose it over the PlayStation 4 version, because I do really like my PS4 Pro playing Monster Hunter World, but man, it is just buttery smooth here on PC. Either way, we got the Autumn Fest coming up. That's going to be starting a little bit earlier for console, but they did confirm that they're making some tweaks and they will make it available. Hope they don't back off on that, but they've pretty much promised that there will also be an Autumn Fest for PC, so looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to hearing what you have to say down in the comments section below. Click the like button to support Monster Hunter Worlds here on the channel. I got the top 10 offensive list coming up really soon, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that video. Thanks again for watching. This is Kinetic, and I'll see you next time.